In the middle of winter of 1951, the war in Europe has fought itself to a bloody standstill. We have basically achieved a stalemate. The Allies have pushed us back towards defensive lines in Germany, and modern tanks have appeared in larger numbers on the battlefield. The Allies are still having absolute superiority in the air and on the sea. And any kind of offensive operations on our side have been met with fierce resistance. At the same time, our operatives in France have started gaining some insights into the state of the French, which are sort of our main opponent at this point on the European continent. We know, for example, that the French are on service by requirement. We also know that the French have only 69% war support due to their massive losses in the field, and that their remaining manpower pool is somewhere comparable to our own, actually, out of which most of it they have actually deployed. Their production is mainly focused on tanks, and some of it on aircraft, and most of their facilities seem to be pretty much maxed out when it comes to construction. Which means several things for us. First of all, it means that if we can manage to keep the French below 70% war support, which I think is the requirement for going down to all adults serve, yes, 70% war support. That means the French cannot muster any more manpower. So one of our goals is to keep that number low. The other thing that we know is that some of the French units in the field are actually starting to show strength, a lack of strength, which means that the French no longer actually have the necessary equipment to keep all their units in the field, and we'd like to keep it that way. Now the Americans are probably a different story altogether, but we will focus on the French for now. The other thing I would love to do, and right now I have my operative in Denmark to increase our intelligence over the Danes. I don't know. Well, let's have a quick look at what Denmark looks like. They're already on all adult serve, so a lot of the Allies are actually running relatively low on manpower. So the Danes don't have an awful lot left either in that regard. We don't know too much yet about their army, but there's not too much left. And they're obviously at above 70%, but their stability is relatively low. And that means, if that holds true for the rest of the Allied troops, that means that despite controlling most of the world, and the Allies are controlling North America, Africa, most of Europe, and large parts of Asia, then that means we are wearing them down, to be honest. Now, a couple of other things really that we've learned at this point is that this is a different war than the 1940s war. Our medium tanks are outclassed at this point, and we will need to shift our production to more modern tanks. Fighting under enemy air cover and making offensive operations under enemy air cover is becoming increasingly difficult. So stripping the enemy of aerial superiority will have to be a priority for us. We also are suffering from a fair amount of resistance in Polish territories. So I am going to start out because that actually ties down garrisons and causes us additional casualties, which we cannot afford. So I am going to start out by handing that over to the Germans and let them deal with it, because this is really honestly territory that they should be defending anyway. So I will give them control of the states of, where are we? There we go. That you can have, that you can have, and that you can have. Yeah, these three states will give control over to Germany. And that is traditionally territory that they were occupying anyway, and that relieves us from the necessity to having to occupy it. So I will send them that. The other thing that we need to do is change our production around. Now we have a couple of tank models. We have the R50 Hunt 2, the modern tank chassis. Problem obviously being that this thing costs about twice as much as the R48, which we have the resources to build it. It just costs a lot in terms of industry, which we don't really have, but we are building slowly up at this stage. So what I'm thinking, and also given that we are seeing a massive focus of the enemy towards motorized and away from regular foot infantry, we're gonna do two things. First, we're going to start actually building these things, because I think, yeah, there we are. We don't really have any factories on it yet, but we're also going to get ourselves a, and I'm gonna need to copy that. First of all, we're gonna get that. We're no longer building that. The advanced medium self-propelled artillery, the S48. We're going to copy that, and we are going to create ourselves an artillery variant of this. I will save it as new. And instead of the heavy cannon, we can use the heavy howitzer. That almost doubles the soft attack of this unit, so we'll employ that. The rest, this is just giving us breakthrough. We could remove, we want to keep our breakthrough up, that would be nice. Reliability is good, and sloped armor, yes, we want to maximize our armor of our units as well. We could switch to gas turbines, but the only impact that would have is that they're marginally faster for less reliability and significantly more fuel consumption. So I don't think we're building ourselves an Abrams here. But we are going to call that the what did I call that? What prefix did I use? R. Yeah, the R. The R51 Herc 2. There we go. And we will probably also need a self-propelled AA. So let's create. First of all, we copy the name of the old one, and let's create another variant of this, and that will be using, I don't think there's heavy AA, no, that will be using the advanced anti-air guns. That gives it a significant amount of air attack, and the rest again can stay as is, and that will be did I change the role of that? I'll have to double check. If I change that, this will be the A1551 Mark II. So that's with the advanced anti-air gun. Save that and double check that we changed this. No, I did not. This needs to change to artillery. Save that. So let's have a quick comparison between the 1950-51 modern tank variants. And the hang on, what did I just do? Why do I have two of these? I don't know what that is. Okay, so we've got this, we've got the 51 Herc 2, which needs to be an artillery piece. Save that. Okay, also I can't do that. All right, in that case, we'll do it like this. Save as new. Change role into artillery. Call it that. Save that and decommission that. There we go. So if we are going to compare these, just for comparison, so if we look at the main battle tank, and we compare it to the R. No, that's the regular tank, right? Yeah, to the R48. Then it is noticeably better, but also about twice as expensive. And I think if we're comparing the okay, wait, this is supposed to be not R but S. Okay, I misnamed this. Where is this R? S51. Rename. Okay, that's the artillery. Yeah, now we've got it right. So if we compare that to the to the S48, then again we can see that the modern variant, while having slightly lower defense, is actually actually having significantly more armor and breakthrough, which is good. So we're going to get these all built, and I think we already have the this one in production. So set another one in. I'm going to cancel the Zyklon for now, because I don't see us actually getting air support anytime soon. And I'm going to get the, so that's the Hack 2, and we get this one built as well. Okay, we're probably gonna need, we'll go for 10 on this, and we're going to go for 5 on this one. Okay. So we can also build ourselves a better flame tank, to be honest, based on the, because I think our modern tank division, which I'm going to have to change a bit, does have a flame tank company. So let us, given that we're already building decent tanks, let's go and start first of all by just getting this all decommissioned. This is all outdated. Although that said, I think we don't even have enough industry to build many of these. Maybe we'll just stick with these things, and because we have a decent amount of them, so we might as well throw them in there. How fast were these? Did we make that? No, it's still there, because these are relatively cheap, but they are actually slow. So this might slow down the whole battalion actually. I'm not sure if that happens because it's a support company. Usually support companies don't have that impact, but let us do we have an advanced light tank chassis? Yeah, I mean, we don't need to use a modern tank for it because these things are super expensive, but if we use an advanced light tank, can we actually, out of curiosity, can we stick a flamethrower onto a modern tank? Can we? No, we can't actually. So the light tank is what we need to use. But we can use the, where is it? Advanced light tank chassis, and that is the, that's that. And it'll get, what did we do with the Drakon? What is that? What did that design actually look like? It's been a long time. Okay, there was a very simple design, just with a flamethrower on it. So let's build the same thing, but with a good speed. We'll stick a flamethrower onto it. We'll put welded armor into it for all I care, but we do need that to be doing at least 10 kilometers an hour. And I think the rest of the values didn't really matter all that much. So we can keep it cheap, but it needs to be reasonably fast. I wonder if we can put fuel drums on this, because that'll actually allow. First of all, that makes sense with the flamethrower tank, and that sort of allows the, I don't know if this is division level, but it might allow it to carry a bit more fuel. So how expensive are these? 1 IC, it's not that bad. We've got some industry at this point. So we'll put a lot of fuel drums onto these things, and that will be a flame support tank, and we're calling that the Drakon 2. I'll save that. Okay, so we will change. First of all, we need to make everything else outdated. We will change the Drakon. Okay, game, please show me. I'll open that again. Tank. Okay, it does not want. So we'll need to make the Drakon outdated. It's no, it was already decommissioned. And please change into the Drakon 2, and of course that didn't happen, but doesn't matter because the line doesn't have any efficiency anyway, so we'll take that away. So we'll start building the Drakon 2, and I'm probably going to be wanting 5 factories on that thing. We are going to build, and we're going to build those. Okay, so next thing we are going to change our modern Panzer division. Let's see. I'm happy with the layout, sort of. I'm just going to reduce the amount of self-propelled significantly. So we'll just remove a couple of those. and instead, and I think I'm just going to remove them all, and I'm going to remove you as well. Okay, I'll clear this. I want these over there, and I want another line of actually, yeah, it's fine. We can put it here. So we'll put modern tanks here. There we go. Now we have a balanced line somewhat, and we put they can be the rear guard, and we put one self-propelled AA and 2 artillery in. Okay, so that significantly lowers the soft attack, obviously. Gives us a bit more hard attack, but also improves our piercing and our armor quite a bit. Now 122 piercing isn't going to be enough, so we may as well actually need a tank destroyer to increase our piercing here. Let's save it for now. I don't have one of these, so it doesn't matter if I save it or not. So let's see if we can get a dedicated... I mean, the main battle tanks usually should be enough for this kind of nonsense, but I have seen French divisions with higher... so let's get you and see what if we stick the... But if we... There's not a huge difference, actually. I don't think it makes a massive difference. 200 piercing, we put that into tank destroyer. It doesn't really make a huge difference. Oh, it's 260 piercing now, so it does make some difference, but not a massive amount. I think it's still good enough to get through the the armor of the French divisions potentially. Do I want another production line for these? Just diverts a couple of factories again. No, I think it's all right. We'll stick with that. So we have a 36 combat width. The problem is obviously these things need a lot of tanks, and they are very expensive to produce. So I'm not going to build an awful lot of these, but I want to start building them. What's my current? I do have some stocks here. So what I can do, I think, is I can actually switch these lines here. Maybe that's what we'll do. Okay, we'll stop building these because really we don't need them. We will try to just switch this one. This is the artillery into. Okay, we'll cancel the new lines. Except for the Drakon, because we don't have one for that. But we'll cancel the new lines, and we'll just switch our existing production lines over. And I think then we'll wind down the old medium tanks, because that really does not make a huge difference anymore. So we've got the S48, and we will replace it with the S51. There we go. Because then we can retain some of our production efficiency, actually. And the medium tanks are going to be replaced with the main battle tanks. And nope, we can't. We've got a couple of French AMX50Ts and a pattern that we can refit. So do that. And the SPAA gets turned into the more modern SPAA. There we go, and we get the Drakon 2s going for advanced light tanks. Now, obviously, we are short on factories, but we are building a couple. I think we are about through with the defensive works. So. I am not sure why we're doing this here. Let's get rid of that for now. This is just a couple of repairs. They'll be going quickly. This is just to finish off some construction that's already started. But I don't think we need the Novgorod position here. I don't think we need any more fortification in Östlandet, and I think Vitebsk is going to be all right. We'll find out. But we've got a couple more civilian factories and then a bunch more military factories. The other thing that I think we need, did I schedule dockyards? Yes, I did actually schedule dockyards. Okay. The other thing we need to do, our submarines have been relatively effective in operating under enemy under enemy threat, and to fight. And this one's actually done. What I want to do is split the task force. Yes. So we've got this will be the 3rd submarine squadron. And that should mean that we can add more regions. So let's see where we can operate. I would like to make sure that, and I'm reasonably certain that the Americans are sailing across the Atlantic to refit. I want to make sure that we catch anything that goes into the English Channel, which means we are going to include the Iberian. We are going to include the Iberian coast and the Denmark Strait in the north as well. And he can actually, oh, nice. Visibility -20, yes, absolutely. Perfect. Concealment, visibility is always good. So this should allow us, and this should be sufficient. We should still be, yeah, we're still at 100% efficiency because we've got 3 task forces raiding now, and that should allow us to catch pretty much anything. We could even extend it to the Labrador Sea, although that doesn't actually affect submarines negatively. So we could extend here as well. Do we want to touch the western approaches? It's regular ocean, and I think we can. I think we still have enough efficiency. We'll see. Can raid convoys up to 8 different regions? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regions. Fine. And that means Bay of Biscay. Shall we touch that as well? I mean, they're heavy. I think we'll go with this for now, and we will see. We'll see what. We'll see what the can we reach the Labrador Sea? Not quite. So it's not efficient to actually use that. So let's exclude the Labrador Sea, but we can. Norwegian Sea is regular ocean, so we also can include the. We can include the Norwegian Sea, just in case anybody's sneaking through the northern routes here. All right, so I think that's one part. The other thing, and I mentioned that we need to work on the Air Force because we have. How's our yeah, we still have a trade deficit for aluminium. We can still ask for a little bit more from the Germans. Can we get 2 factories? Yeah, it's for 16, but that's about as much as the Germans can give us. We definitely need more rubber. So the other thing I'm thinking is right now we are building the Typhoon Mark 1s. The Typhoon Mark 1s are mostly rapid-firing cannon interceptors, or cannon air superiority fighters. What I'm thinking is to add a heavy interceptor here and get a couple of interceptor wings up. So first of all, let's get everything that we're not going to be building anymore out of the way. No, no, no. No, none of you. I think I just ticked the modern ones out, but that's fine. We'll get them back if we need them. But the Typhoon Mark 1, can we create a variant of that? And I would like an interceptor, so something that is very much cannon based. Now that is going to change. It's going to be changing the weight, and yes, that's more weight. So we're going to have to make this dual engine, twin jet engines, and that's going to reduce our agility, but significantly buff our air attack at the same time. We do still have the the interception radar in, so that's good. And I think the rest we can just leave as is. And that is going to be the Typhoon, like this, Mark II I Interceptor. Okay, that's the dual-engined interceptor variant of the Typhoon. So we're going to build another one of those. Do I need to change? No, I've got the equipment tag. I can't change that either, so that's all good. Oops, what did I do here? That's the wrong kind of weapon. That's the one I wanted. Okay, so that means if we compare this one to the why can I not compare it to my own? What happened? Did I not duplicate the design? No, there it is. It's no, it isn't outdated. Did I outdate that by accident? There we go. No, I'm still building those. The Mark IIs are significantly more expensive in terms of IC, but we can get a couple interceptor wings up, and these things, if we compare them to the Mark Is, have they're heavier, which means they're a little bit slower, but they're twin jet engine planes, and they have, while they're not as agile, they have a significantly more firepower, so they should be able to shoot down a fair amount of things in the skies. We'll build them in low numbers eventually. The biggest problem that we're going to have to sort out is rubber, and that means we are going to need more synthetic refineries. So where were they? Synthetic refineries. Where can we build a couple more? We got some space just up in the north here. Let's build me another 4 here. And I think I'm actually going, this one's already under construction. I'm going to prioritize that. I've got a couple more synthetic refineries now in the making. So we get the synthetic refineries going, and that should hopefully help somewhat with our rubber problems. And then we'll be building a lot more military factories. So the goal obviously being that we don't have an awful lot of space in the occupied territories, but we haven't really done an awful lot here. So we can still build a couple of military factories around the area, and maybe a couple more civilians, and a couple more military factories, and here as well, and here as well. Okay, that should nicely do, and it leaves us a little bit of space for other things. We're handing over the Polish territory to the Germans, just so we don't have to deal with the occupation. All right, next up, we have some naval experience, and I don't think we have anything more to do here. What can I do? Anything? Yes. Visibility -5%, nighttime attack, nighttime spotting. Absolutely, that's what I want. Not surface raiders. Bad weather penalty. That might also be nice. Penetration, brave commanders. No. Night fighting or inclement weather. 5% visibility in general is good. Nighttime attack and spotting. Sounds great for submarines. We'll do that. Okay, so we've got that out of the way. Alright, sorry, that was a lot of setup this episode so far. But I feel that this is going to be, and we are going to effectively decommission the Panzer Division. And we are going to start winding them down if they take too much losses. But I really want to get the production going of the more modern armor. And I think we can start changing the. Yeah, this will drift their war support down. So you as well run a propaganda mission, please. And you should be able to start boosting our ideology. That might help. Can we? I'm not sure if we can ever get Spain, because right now they have a -60 decision. So the non-alliance status is -62, so I think that's not that far off, and we can get a little bit out of making them like us. So I think that's valid to keep doing that. So we'll start boosting our ideology into fascism in Spain, and well, we'll see how far we get. Okay, that's all our operatives occupied. We were on the ground tactically. I think our Air Force, yeah, is mostly in Berlin. Doesn't really have anything to do. Oh, do I have anything to change here? I'll have to have a quick look on the Air Force. Right now we do aircrew surveys for air accident chance, and we do continuous strike, which is not useful. It's probably better to have centralized control is generally good for 10% efficiency. Or I think the veteran air instructors is something I like better. So we don't lose experience, but yeah, centralized control is what we're going. There we go. Okay, and we have our air wing currently stationed here, but can we actually operate over Denmark? I mean, we could, but obviously northwest Germany. Once we start, oh no, there we go. 1,600 enemy planes, still too many. How is my priority here in terms of actually you are taking priority at this stage, so please redirect the aluminium and the rubber. Where are my trucks? I've got a decent amount of trucks, so I'm gonna pull these higher, and that should do the trick. Mechanized equipment unfortunately is important as well. So we'll get there. But for now, we're building the Typhoons, and I'm gonna get the Mark II's just as a 5 factory lower priority when we get to it. All right, there we go. Now we were planning to do some offensive operations in Denmark, I think last time we were here. So we'll see if the current, what do we have currently? These aren't actually armored divisions. Where are my tank divisions? Where are my actual tank divisions? First Army. So we've got a... oh, we were dealing... Sorry, I'm just remembering. We were dealing with a naval invasion. Okay, so we're going to bring the actual tank divisions. Why are you going all the way there? Oh yeah, I was thinking of taking on Scandinavia, but honestly, I think we'll have another go at Denmark, because this is not tank territory. Because we are at the edge of our supply here. In fact, this is actually close to supply. Upgrade the bottlenecks, please. I do need to be supplied there. So let's get that going. Okay. Because we are maxed out here already. So if I'm starting to pull tanks in here, we're not going to be supplied on the front lines. So instead, what we'll do is we are going to get the tanks and the First Army's offensive divisions, and that is these. Yep. We're going to get you onto a separate front line here, and we are going to get you to try and breach the just do damage here in Denmark until we've worn them down sufficiently that we can break through. So let's get them on target, and I think the Marines. I'll just for now I'll just let them defend the lines here. So let's get everybody moving. Move here, please, and take the railway as well. That same thing goes for everybody else. Please take the trains where appropriate. And can we get you to use the railways? They will eventually. Okay. Maybe individually? Okay, they're set to use the railways, but they don't really seem to be changing their direction just yet. Oh well. We'll see if we can make them do that. Okay, we have I think, yes, we have a railway gun in position here. We've got one in position in Berlin. And the Germans are now in charge of this area. Perfect. which means that we no longer, and I have built a couple of fortifications there, I hope, that I didn't forget to do that. Did I? I think, oh yeah, this is now German territory, so I can no longer, but yeah, they're here. So I have built the fortifications here. So this line is sufficiently fortified, and that means I should be getting, yeah, I just got 20,000 troops back, and the Germans can take care of that now, so I no longer have to do it. And good. So let us attempt to get these divisions to use the railway. Can I? There we go. Okay. So I need to give them new move orders. So you move there. Take the railway. There we go. You need to get new move orders. Move here. Take the railroad. Okay. The game is starting to struggle a little bit. I have noticed that. Okay, there we go. Because of the sheer number of troops. But we'll wait for the we'll wait for the divisions to make their way to the front lines, and yeah, like that. And I am just going to keep researching stuff. At this point, it doesn't really matter because we're not going to be building a massive navy. Yeah, I think it's a decent idea to actually... How many... what is attacking us here? Oh, there's just some Yugoslavian divisions. I think even the Germans can hold that. But we will reinforce that. Don't worry about it. So yeah, we'll have another go at Denmark, but we will keep a close eye on the French to make sure that their war support doesn't go up, and they can get themselves more troops. We should start seeing an impact. What are we going to do? So stability drift, scale to 15% due to counterintelligence. Yeah, and we are lacking national coverage as well. So we'll see if we can make any progress in Spain with our propaganda mission. But I think actually with a 9% scale due to national coverage, I might actually be better off focusing on the French, to be honest. So let's get her to build an Intel network. Can I run propaganda here as well? Is that going to improve things? Yeah. Can I run propaganda here? Yes, I can. Okay. There we go. So we'll see how effective that's going to become. And in the meantime, we are weathering the storm. And just making sure that everything is correctly fortified along the lines here, and everything is. I don't know why we don't have enough troops in Grodno. Can I get you to just move there? The problem is that this is part of an existing line, which means if I can't really easily draw a separate front line there or defense line there for you. So in that case, we'll give you there, and then we'll delete that. That'll remove you from the current order, and then I'll just manually move you over to Grodno. There we go. That'll do the trick. Okay. And yes, the goal remains to try and close off the Baltics. And for that we need to wear down the Allied divisions, and I think we'll start out with the French really, and see how much we can wear down the French, because as we can see, their available manpower is dwindling, and I don't think we're actually facing any French here. It's more Americans, unfortunately. But if we can find a good position to hurt the French a bit more. Then we will do it as we can. But right now we'll. What's going on here? Breakthrough on the lines. Do I not have a division here to defend that? I don't appear to. Do I have double divisions anywhere? Can the Germans hold this? Probably not. Oh, that's the French, actually. Yeah, I was just talking about you. In that case, can I pull somebody from somewhere? I don't need 3 divisions here. I'm gonna get one of you to assist holding that. So get up there. On the double, please. And we'll make sure that that we will hold that. So these French divisions are still quite powerful. These are infantry divisions. They're already dropping off. But we can potentially counterattack somewhere if they wear themselves out. But look at the amount of... These are Belgians. Lots of entrenched things. We'll just give the Germans some time to improve their general position, get some more divisions out there. And how's my submarine hunt going? It looks like we are being chased away by... the other effect this has is that this is going to be bleeding them... I'm just curious to see what's chasing us here. That this is going to be bleeding them of fuel as well, quite significantly. So I think that's not a terrible thing. Can you get there quicker, please? No, you can't really. Worst case, I can move this. This assault division over from the first. But I think that... Oh, this is just the French cycle charging here, aren't they? Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. I don't want to break the entrenchment, but that division is going to take forever to get there, I think. Well, I'll keep an eye on it. But oh, another breach attempt here. Can you make your way there on the double, please? I will have to reinforce this. So I'm going to reinforce it from here, just to make sure they don't get across the river line and then I have to push them back again. Significant assaults here from Yugoslavian divisions, but this tank division wasn't actually meant to be here even on this line. But we'll make sure that we hold that. So yeah, I'll be back once I have everything stabilized and once I have the divisions in place to launch another attack on Denmark. So despite massive opposition, as you can see, there was even a carrier group or an air group actually operating in the area. Our submarines have managed to slip away undamaged just off the coast of Ireland while sinking 8 British convoys. And these may well have been either troop convoys or supplies for the British. And I don't know exactly what the British have a huge amount of manpower available, but I don't know what their other situation is looking like. So specifically in terms of industry, how much oil? Well, they're getting a fair amount of oil, but well, they're running imports, so hopefully that'll hurt them regardless. Anyway, after a little bit of shuffling, and it looks like, are we actually struggling here? I don't think we are. I'm not sure why this tells me. Well, this says we're losing, but I have planned another round of fortification upgrades actually. So we'll schedule that in after all the other stuff's done. But I would like all these fortifications lines to be up at level 6, just for safety. But let's have a look at our little assault group here. And their planning bonus, well, halfway there. Yeah, 3% per day. So yes, and I have sent another 1,000 trucks and 100 trains, 100 armored trains actually to Germany, plus a lot of other equipment. And I think we are still, yeah, we're still positive. I've still got more equipment that I can send. So we'll make good use of these things. In fact, actually, I might send my naval bombers to the Germans. Oh, I can't right now. Anyway, have a quick look at the French and see if we are starting to have any kind of impact on them. as long as it stays... Yes, we're actually reducing their war support from foreign propaganda. Nice. That is exactly what I was hoping for. So let's do that, and that'll further hurt the amount of manpower the French have available. And given that they occasionally tend to throw themselves at our lines, that is a good thing. Anyway, another naval battle. And yes, despite heavy convoy activities, our submarines are capable of sinking enemy shipping, and that is a good thing. So the Atlantic is under control of our modern submarines. You need to go back here. And I am a little short here on defensive troops, to be honest. There are a couple of gaps in the lines that I'm not too happy about. Especially here at the front of near Berlin. So let's see if I can bring somebody over. These lines are relatively thin as they stand, so probably one of these divisions. I can probably bring over, I think it was here. Yeah, so you please please move over there. They are defending it right now, but if there's a naval invasion, I don't trust the Germans to deal with that. That is, of course, always a threat, but I'm not that concerned about naval invasions anymore. In fact, I'm still going to keep this line here, but the other lines, I am going to get a little more. Oops, that was the wrong. That was the wrong army. You were in a different army. You need to be in this one, but you can still. No, I can't do that because it's two overlapping ones. It's irritating. In that case, let's just delete both of them. You get one here, and we're done. Okay. In fact, I am going to somewhat shorten the defensive lines at points, and just to let them land wherever it's not like across a river that we need to defend. So this way we can focus a little bit more on the port defense, shore that up, and at the same time invite a couple more troops in. Let me put it this way. So if we move you here, for example, I just don't want the railway lines to be cut here. That's why this is so heavily defended. But everything else, I am actually okay with them to land at times. And then we can just disassemble them as they go. That'll cause some more losses as well. All right, First Army. How far are you? How far are you guys with planning? Okay, they still can go a little bit of planning. So I'll be back once they're done planning, and then we'll launch the assault. Just as a really quick aside, because I found that quite hilarious. This is the amount of. This is the amount of defense stacking that you can get going with. This is a veteran unit because they haven't lost any experience because they are so heavily fortified. 80% entrenchment plus 75% experience plus the fortification bonus. These guys are going to be extremely difficult to dig out, and that's why this defensive line is so strong wherever my troops are dug in, whereas more let's say more junior troops at times, probably not these, but less experienced troops. We'll see if we can find one in combat here. These guys, yeah, they're green, so their defensive value is nowhere near that because they don't really have the entrenchment up. They're still losing out on experience. The enemy air superiority obviously hurts. So yeah, that's the kind of stacking that you can get going with well-entrenched divisions. Anyway, like I said, I'll be back once the Denmark attack is ready. Okay, I believe that's about as good as it gets. We are at I think 51%. I was thinking of trying to contest them in the air. We do have 800. We do have 800 fighters up. I do have a training wing up in the north. That's almost ready. So we could bring that down to Berlin, and then we'd have almost 900 fighters up in the air to try and contest the air while we're launching the attack. This is going to cost us a couple of planes, unfortunately, and we are not constructing an awful lot of them because they're expensive. We're making one a day, because that's all we can afford. But that wing, stop exercising, and you are also towards northwest Germany. Yes. Do I still have any aces that I can assign? No. The only aces I have left are for other types. So we will get almost 900 jet aircraft in the air, contesting the air over northern Germany, and we will get the 5 tank divisions in an attempt to. And we will include 3 of the assault divisions here in an attempt to take northern Denmark, and we'll see how that's going to work out. So first of all, let's check the situation in the air, and yes, as expected, we are outnumbered. We're quite outnumbered. We are shooting down enemy planes. What we're lacking is air detection. That is a relatively big problem for us, but we're definitely shooting down a fair amount. So let's keep contesting that while the battle on the ground is raging. We're obviously fighting a large number of entrenched divisions here. Let's check. So yeah, we are slightly exceeding combat width, obviously, and the planning bonus is kind of making up for it. And we have railway guns. They have railway guns. That's just really what it looks like. But I'm including the assault divisions from the northern from Kiel here to widen the front line, and we will see if we can manage to wear them down. We've got a defensive division that can handle Kiel's defense in the meantime from the attackers from the north. But what I want to do is get the tanks to push through here, and once that's done, to assault, encircle, assault, destroy, and then we'll see if we can hold it. But that's currently the objective. They are going to land in Stralsund, aren't they? Do I have anybody to contest that? The Germans aren't even defending Stralsund, or Rostock rather. Well, I have got the first army here, so worst case we have to break off the attack and deal with that. But right now, I think, yeah, some of the enemy divisions are getting through our medium tanks. This is what I said earlier, but that's why we need better tanks. How is the situation in the air developing? We're obviously not contesting very well, but okay, we're starting to lose a fair bit of planes ourselves now. They have reinforced their air force here. We'll keep it up and see what we can achieve just in terms of assisting, because we are enemy air superiority. No, not really, because it's contested. We might be capable of doing this. Okay, what happened? Okay, I think we broke through. In that case, you stay and defend. You break through. Yes, I think we broke through. So, are they reinforcing? Yes, they're reinforcing again. Are they? No, this is a counterattack actually. That's fine. Counterattack is fine. We've got defending divisions here. It's just that we want the main tank force to break through here, encircle, and destroy the. Destroy the forces in Denmark here. So that's our objective. And come on, you can do it. I'm not sure why my tanks are so slow, to be honest. I have a suspicion here, and that's that the can I see the division? Thanks. Yeah, it's very slow. Oh, that's because of enemy air superior. But base speed is 4.5 kilometers an hour. That is not enough. Why is that so slow? I think that's from the light flame tanks, because everything else can do. Usually, the support companies shouldn't be affecting that. Maybe this is different for flame tanks. So getting the getting the Drakon tomb produced is actually... why am I having a second line here for the... oh, this was... Where did my factories go? Oh, this was because I handed Poland back to the Germans. Yeah, that's fine. But I need to get the Drakon 2s going. So the next factories need to go into this, and then we get a couple factories back to fill this back out. That is not a problem. But yeah, that's probably why my tank divisions are so slow. And of course in winter and snow things don't work very well, but that's why it's taking them forever, which is not good because we need to exploit the terrain better, and we need to be able to break through as much as we can. They're still attacking everywhere, but right now I'm more keen to see if we can manage to eventually get the tanks through the snow into Denmark, into the Denmark plains, and encircle the divisions in the south here, and then we'll finish them off. And then we'll see if we can hold here, or otherwise we'll fall back and let them take the terrain again, because these are plains, yeah. So we should be, yeah. They have reinforced with a single Danish division, but I think we can break that relatively quickly. Yes, it's broken, and the tanks should be there reasonably soon. And of course, under enemy bombardment, operations aren't easy. How's my air crews doing? We've lost almost a fighter wing already, and we're trading too evenly. Given the 4,000. Okay, yeah, they have massively reinforced. Stop, and we'll take the air out. We have won the engagement at this point, so we'll leave one here just to defend. Okay, yeah, just defend for now. But these divisions are now encircled, which means that we can assault them from the south without too much trouble. And how many did we catch? That's 14 divisions. Most of them, it's a wild mixture of Swedes, Danes, a couple of Americans, and a couple of miscellaneous divisions. But we can we reach that from Kiel? No, we can't reach that from Kiel. You assist with the assault, actually. So that should help. They have massively reinforced their air force in Denmark, just to try and prevent this from happening. But what are we getting counterattacked by? That's another 13 divisions up there in the north, plus a couple of modern tank divisions, like the National Guard division. They're not too powerful though, so I'm not too concerned about that. It's more about us actually eventually finishing off these divisions here. And they are counterattacking Hamburg, obviously. But I think we will be... I think we'll get them eventually. We've got some German troops here helping with the defense as well. It's just a matter of wearing them down. Yeah, we're starting to wear them down. And the tank divisions in the north, I'm gonna leave some to dig in to defend, but then we'll get some other tanks to assist with the attack here as well. So with 4 divisions is about as much as we can get on target anyway. So little victories, we will take the little victories, and the Americans are relentless attacking us here, especially now that they have absolute air superiority, which is going to cost us a lot of equipment. Unfortunately, there's not an awful lot we can do about it. So for now, we will just we'll just hold on and wipe out these. How many are we have left? 13 left. Yeah, we are taking a lot of damage from the air. That's why we're struggling so much in wiping them out, because they've amassed a fair amount of bombers. And what we can try is to get the Air Force up on interception. We'll see if that has any kind of effect on the whole scenario. Okay, we will leave. We will get 1 division to join from here. That'll extend the combat width, maybe 2, and the other ones are going to the other divisions are leaving. Are they counterattacking us here? They're trying to break out by the looks of it. Yeah, that's not going to get you anywhere. This should give us additional combat width from the north, I would have assumed. Does not seem to be the case. But now we're starting to get the tank divisions involved. And they can... Yeah, the medium tanks are struggling to defend here. But I think they are not going to be standing a chance against the tanks, and we'll be wearing them down. How's our... terrain and weather is sort of the biggest problem here, really, at this point. Everything else stable. No naval invasions I missed. No naval invasions I missed. Okay. So slowly but surely we are wearing them down. We do have to make sure we are holding Hamburg, however, because that is a heavily contested area. So I am almost thinking to get that 2nd Assault Division assigned here. Yeah. And we can... we have enough... No, we don't have enough combat width because the tank divisions are relatively large. We don't have enough width to get another assault on from there. Oh, that's probably because we are not attacking from Hamburg. Yeah, because the assault division from Hamburg has moved off. That's why the combat width is smaller. That's fine. We'll bring another one down. And we can always loop in another tank division in reserve if we need to. I've got a couple more here that are currently not really doing much, other than digging in and defending. And where did you come from? Oh, this is the division I've sent all the way from the other direction. Okay. I am kind of concerned that Stettin is completely undefended, so I might actually leave you to hold Stettin for now. I'm going to need a couple more divisions here just to hold the ports, but while we're running these operations here. But yeah, let's see. We are taking significant damage from the enemy aerial superiority because there's literally, yeah, there's nothing we can do about this. Even on interception, I think, yeah, we are losing so many planes. Okay, nope, hold that. Replenish your aircraft. We're taking too many losses here. Okay, how does this look? Still 10 divisions left, but they're going to start falling relatively quickly because they have nowhere to go. We're still holding Kiel. Yep, there they start going, and I think that will have been a successful operation. Interesting attacks here now. French attacks again. How's France looking? France is looking 65%. Perfect. France is looking good. And they are severely running out of manpower. Unfortunately, we haven't caught an awful lot of French divisions here. I think this is... I can't see what these are. But there are some Danes, an American, a Japanese. I'm gonna get another tank division lined up just when the other ones are getting inevitably exhausted, and we're gonna get another one attacking from here to open up the... still doesn't open up the combat width, but we can get 2 tank divs in. The biggest problem is weather, is the snow. Attacking... Oh, is this marshland? Oh yeah, that's marshland. Yeah, attacking with tanks into marshland is generally not a great thing in a way. I didn't realize this was marshland, but so we probably just want to get the infantry more involved here and start dropping off the tank divisions from the attack, especially the exhausted ones. We'll keep 1 tank division up in the north, and we have a division here that we can send in from the south as well. There we go. That'll give us 130 combat width, 2 divisions that can reinforce, and we should be wearing... we should be starting to wear that down. They are still also taking terrain, not as bad as the tanks, but they're also taking terrain losses. So it's same. In that case, we might as well send the tanks back in because it doesn't make a huge difference. But yeah, we'll wind this down. We'll see what the amount of casualties are that they're taking, and how many losses we have taken in terms of armored vehicles. Where are we in terms of tank? Yeah, we're losing a fair amount of medium tanks, so we can't do that too often. We'll have to preserve these a bit more, especially that they can pierce. But I think they are starting to falter, despite the fact that the enemy has absolute aerial control and aerial superiority. So once that is done, we are going to assign another couple divisions. Yeah, these divisions need to be on that line. This division needs to be on that line. And I would probably like to have these two divisions on that line as well. For now, just help out with the attack. But I need a bit more than the tank divisions aren't that great for defense. So I'll need a bit more, but this isn't marshland, is it? No, these are plains. But the tank divisions could be useful to push them back here if we want to. This is going to cost them dearly, however. But then we'll rest and recover, because we have been bombed. We have been bombed quite aggressively, and I am considering. And we've captured an agent. Who's that? Oh no, that's one of our agents was captured. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, let's rescue her just so I don't forget for the next episode. Rescue captured operative. I'm going to... Who's currently operating in France? You two. So I am going to have to get Vladimir to do that. Vladimir, please rescue Mary from France, from her entrapment in France, because I think for now we have achieved our operational goal here. We get some infantry to support. Okay, it's all done. Nice. In that case, yeah, no, go get back there. And we will get the tank divisions assigned here as well as this division. So we've got 12 divisions assigned here now. And your new operational goal is to push all the way towards Aarhus. Obviously, I need all 12 divisions assigned to that goal. Can I get? There we go. And you all divisions assigned. And we'll see if we can clear them out step by step. We might need the Marines to breach here, but for now, I think we've done good. Let's have a look at the outcome of this battle. We have no, not here. We have destroyed. What have we destroyed? 123,000 troops for a loss of 5,000 on our side. And we have lost. No, I can't even see the friendly equipment. Friendly forces. Oh, there. Yeah, there's the equipment losses. But I can't see all the equipment losses because it's too much. I don't know how many tanks we've lost, but maybe I can see that here. If we look in the last month, that should be relatively. Yeah, we've lost 50 tanks, 40 self-propelled artillery, 7 self-propelled AA. And yeah, that's a significant number, and 48 mechanized that we're not easily going to be able to replace. So we can't do that too often, but I will be getting more factories in. We'll be getting more factories in soon. Once these guys are done, and I am. Actually, I haven't done these. Oh, interesting. That is definitely something I need to do, just to get the intelligence levels up. So let's get that done as well. Okay, so yeah, we'll take it slow, step by step, and we'll have a look at how the French are doing. Yeah, the French are out of manpower. And due to my intelligence operations, the French are not going to get any more manpower anytime soon. So that removes one of the major players, potentially, from the European battlefield. And I don't know if the others are doing any better, because we just don't know an awful lot about them. But we do know that, so for example, Yugoslavia doesn't have an awful lot, and they're on scraping the barrel. Czechoslovakia, they're still on all adult serf, but they still have a fair amount of reserves, from what we can tell. And I think the British still had a fair amount. They are on service by requirement already, but they still got 3 million men ready. How about the Americans? The Americans are on all adult serf, so not so bad yet, but they still got about 2 million manpower left, plus whatever they have in the field. Well, our submarines are doing something about that. So keep up the good work. And you stop training. Actually, you need to start convoy raiding, please, and you can join them. And you need to exercise. Okay. So air operations still impossible, but small gains on the ground are possible. We definitely need to replace the slow flame tanks. I was not aware that these are slowing down my divisions, but you live and learn. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.